Around the World in 80 Days. Educate Educational Development retold by Christina Boland. Phileas Fogg was a 45-year-old tall and handsome man. He lived at 7 Savile Row, Burlington Gardens alone in a large house. The only company he had was one servant. He had a very precise and fixed daily schedule. He ate his usual breakfast of tea and toast at 8:23 a.m., shaved his beard at 9:37 a.m., and brushed his hair at 9:50 a.m. He then spent his time at the Gentlemen's Club from 11:30 a.m. until midnight. On the 2nd of October 1872, however, he was waiting for a new servant to arrive. At 11 a.m. the doorbell rang. A 30-year-old Frenchman arrived. "Phileas, John, right? Come in. Are you French?" "Passepartout. I am French, but my name is Jean, not John. Jean Passepartout. In the past, I worked as a fireman, gymnast, circus performer, and even a singer. But now I'm looking for a quiet life." "Phileas, I heard a lot of good things about you. You're hired. Although you must know that everything has to be on time here." Jean was given a long list before Phileas went to the Gentlemen's Club. He looked around the house and found everything neat and tidy. "Passepartout. That's exactly what I wanted. Finally I can enjoy a quiet life." Phileas sat at his usual table in the Gentlemen's Club's dining room. He ate fish and chips, and then he drank some tea while reading the newspaper until 3:45 p.m. He then had dinner. Andrew and Ralph arrived at the club at 5:40 p.m. They were talking about the gentleman thief, a man who stole £55,000 from the Bank of England. "Andrew, the world is such a large place. I wonder where could he be?" "Phileas, actually, the world is much smaller than it was." Phileas showed the men an article about modern transportation in the Daily Telegraph that said it's now possible to travel around the world in as little as 80 days. "Andrew, it looks possible theoretically, but it can't be done. Engines break down and even one delay can be a problem." "Ralph, a lot of things can go wrong. Also, don't forget about the weather." "Phileas, it is definitely possible." "Ralph, £4,000 from me if you can prove it." "Phileas, well, I bet £20,000 that it's possible. And I'm the one who'll be doing it." Phileas and Passepartout immediately set on with their journey. It started on a train from London to Calais, then crossed the mountains to Turin in northern Italy, and from then they went to Brindisi. Then they sailed from Brindisi to Bombay in India on a boat called the Mongolia. When the Mongolia stopped at Suez for a couple of hours, Detective Fix was waiting for it. "Fix, the gentleman thief must be on that boat. The large reward from the Bank of England is mine." Detective Fix examined the papers of every single passenger when they got off. Upon seeing Phileas and Passepartout's passports, his eyes opened wide. "Fix, whose passport is this?" "Passepartout. It's my master's passport. His name is Phileas Fogg." "Fix, and where could you be going?" "Passepartout, we're on our way to Bombay. My master wants to prove that he can go around the world in 80 days, so he's stamping his passport at every stop on his journey." He let them go, but right after, he sent a telegram to the London police asking for an arrest warrant. Fix boarded the Mongolia too to get a closer look at Phileas Fogg. "Fix, that man doesn't seem to be lying, but he can't trick me. He's definitely the gentleman thief." "Passepartout, hey, you're the man who checked out passports. Are you going to Bombay too?" Passepartout and Fix drank tea together every day and became friends until the 20th of October when the Mongolia reached Bombay. Detective Fix was disappointed that by the time they reached Bombay, the arrest warrant was still not approved. Finding out that Phileas would be leaving for Calcutta at 8 p.m. made him even more disappointed. When he went to the market to buy some things, Passepartout was amazed to see snake charmers and dancers and other strange things. He saw a beautiful building on his way back and decided to go inside. Suddenly angry people started chasing him and shouting at him because he didn't take his shoes off when he went inside. He ran barefoot all the way back to Phileas. "Phileas, you must be careful. Passepartout, what you have done is against the law here." At 8 p.m. on the 20th of October, Phileas Fogg and Passepartout were on a train heading to Calcutta. Passepartout was fascinated by the snakes, elephants, and tigers he saw through the windows in the jungle around them. Phileas, however, was not interested. He was talking with Sir Francis Cromarty. "Sir Francis, you're saved by the Great Indian Railway. Mr. Fogg, you are very lucky." "Phileas, why do you say that?" "Sir Francis, without this train we would have been riding a pony to cross the Western Ghats Mountains. You would have lost your bet." Suddenly the train stopped. They found themselves in a village and all the passengers got off except for Phileas, Passepartout, and Sir Francis. "Sir Francis, this isn't Calcutta. Our trip is from Bombay to Calcutta. It's written right here on the tickets." "Conductor, well, everyone knows the railway isn't finished yet. This is the last station they have built. You're going to have to find another way to Calcutta." "Phileas, how about that elephant over there?" "Excuse me, sir, is £1,000 enough for that elephant?" The price for the elephant was £2,000. The three men rode it until the morning when they arrived outside a small village. Once they arrived, they saw a strange cart full of flowers. It was being followed by people. "Sir Francis, that woman's husband is dead. She is going into the fire with him. It's called a sati." "Phileas, she's so beautiful and young. And she doesn't look like she wants to die. We must save her." "Sir Francis, what about your bet?" "Phileas, we have enough time to save her." The sleeping woman was set next to her husband on a stack of wood, and soon after, they lighted a fire. Everyone suddenly started screaming, "People, he's alive. Ah!" A figure stood up in the middle of the smoke carrying a woman in his arms. There was a lot of noise and frightened people screaming and running everywhere. Phileas turned around to find that the one who's carrying the woman was Passepartout. Aouda woke up to find herself in Calcutta on the 25th of October. "Aouda, thank you so much for saving my life. My name is Aouda." "Sir Francis, well, your life is still in danger. You must leave India as soon as possible." "Aouda, my uncle lives in Hong Kong. I must go there." "Phileas, I am Phileas Fogg and this is Passepartout, my servant. Nice to meet you. We are going to Hong Kong on the Rangoon. It's right there. You're welcome to join us." A couple of hours later, Phileas and Passepartout were at the court after they were suddenly arrested. Three angry men were holding a pair of shoes and pointing at Passepartout. "Judge Jean Passepartout, is it true that you entered the building with your shoes on?" Passepartout: "Yes, sir, but it was a mistake. I didn't know the rules." Judge: "Very well. But you still must go to jail for 15 days. Phileas: "Excuse me, we're in a bit of a hurry. Can't we pay a fine instead?" Judge: "You can. But it's £2,000. Phileas: "There is no time to lose. I will pay it at once." Detective Fix was disappointed when he knew Phileas, Passepartout, and Aouda were able to board the Rangoon. He decided to board it too. Fix, thinking, "I won't let this go. Phileas Fogg, I will catch you in Hong Kong. Passepartout, thinking, he looks like he wants us to lose the bet. He might be a spy from the Gentlemen's Club. The Rangoon arrived in Hong Kong 24 hours late due to bad weather. But to their luck, the ship going to Yokohama was still in Hong Kong for repairs. Passepartout went to buy the tickets to Yokohama while Phileas took Aouda to her uncle's shop, but they didn't find him there. A man told them that he went to Europe. Phileas: "There is no need to worry, my dear. We're going to Europe on our trip. You can come with us." While Aouda and Phileas were looking for Aouda's uncle, Passepartout got tricked by Fix to board the ship without his master. Phileas and Aouda missed the Carnatic the next day, and they didn't find Passepartout anywhere. Fix: "I just missed the boat." "You did too?" Aouda: "Yes, we did. Were you also going to Yokohama?" Fix: "I was. I guess I'll just have to wait until next week. There will be another boat heading to Yokohama." Phileas didn't waste any time. He found the captain of another boat at the port, the Tankadier. "Phileas, can you take me to Yokohama? The General Grant leaves for San Francisco on the 14th of November. I can't miss it, Captain. Unfortunately, I can't. But I can take you to Shanghai to board the General Grant before it heads to Yokohama on the 12th of November. The Tankadier will be ready in an hour." Phileas: "That would be great. How about you, Mr. Fix? Will you join us?" Passepartout realized that he was going to Yokohama when he woke up to find himself aboard the Carnatic without Phileas or Aouda. He thought Fix tricked him into it to make Phileas lose his bet. Passepartout was alone, didn't have any money, and he was hungry, so he found a job in the circus. Passepartout was in the middle of a human pyramid with other acrobats when he suddenly saw two familiar faces in the audience. They were Phileas and Aouda. Passepartout: "How did you find me, master?" Phileas: "The captain of the Carnatic told us you were in Yokohama. Good thing we went to the circus." Although Passepartout was happy to see Phileas and Aouda again, he was angry to see Fix being Phileas' new friend. Fix only wanted them back in England as soon as possible so he can arrest Phileas. They arrived in San Francisco at 7 a.m. on the 2nd of December. They went for a walk around town and they found the supporters of two political parties fighting. There was a lot of noise and everyone was angry. Man in the crowd: "Kramerfield for the win." Another man: "No, it's Manderboy and no one else." Fix: "Let's get out of here before it gets dangerous." They already started hitting each other. Colonel Proctor: "You're not going anywhere. I order you to stay and fight." Phileas: "No. This is a misunderstanding. We don't support neither of these parties. We were just going for a walk." The man got angry and wanted to hit Phileas but accidentally hit Fix instead. Then they were able to finally get out of the riots. They went on a train but it stopped at noon because there were buffaloes sitting on the train tracks. They waited for them to leave for 3 hours. After they moved, the train stopped at the bridge again. "Driver, the bridge will break." Passepartout: "What are we going to do?" Driver: "Don't worry, I have a plan." He drove the train backwards for a while and then went forward at full speed. The bridge crashed down right after the train was past it. It snowed outside while Phileas, Fix, and Aouda were sitting inside the train talking. Suddenly, Colonel Proctor came in. Phileas: "Excuse me, we have unfinished business." Colonel Proctor: "Oh, I remember you. Are you going to run away again?" Phileas: "Passepartout, give me the gun. We're having a duel." While Passepartout was taking out the gun, They heard loud screams outside. A group of Indians were chasing the train on horses while 3 of them climbed on it and threw the driver out. Conductor, there are soldiers at the next station. We must stop there. Passepartout. Leave it to me. I know how to stop it. He went under the train and stopped it by the time it reached the station, but the Indians ran away taking Passepartout with them. Phileas went after Passepartout to get him back while Fix and Aouda waited in the cold. After 20 hours of waiting, they saw 2 men coming towards them in the distance. Passepartout. My master fought the Indians and saved my life. He's very brave. Phileas, where did the train go? Aouda, they left without us. They couldn't wait. Passepartout. The China is leaving from New York to Liverpool in a couple of hours. What are we going to do? You'll lose your bet because of me. Fix. Do you see that man over there on that sled with sails? We can ride with him to Omaha and then take a train from there to New York. When Phileas, Passepartout, Fix, and Aouda reached New York, the China had already sailed away. Phileas found another ship's captain to talk to. Phileas, can you take us with you? We're going to Liverpool. Captain, my ship, the Henrietta, is going to Bordeaux. Also, I never take passengers on it. Phileas, we're 4 people. I'll pay you $2,000 per person. Captain, well, I can take some passengers for $8,000, but we're still going to Bordeaux. On December 1st, the Henrietta was near Liverpool. The captain was angry because no one followed his orders. Captain, did you pay my sailors to sail to Liverpool? You're a thief. Phileas, I am very sorry. You can go to Bordeaux after we reach Liverpool. Captain, that's not going to happen. The ship will stop very soon. There is not enough fuel for Liverpool. Phileas, I'll burn all the wood on the ship for fuel, after buying the ship of course. Captain, you can't be serious. This ship is worth $50,000. Phileas, I'll pay you $60,000. Captain, $60,000? I'll take them. It's yours. They arrived at Liverpool on the 21st of December. Phileas was only 6 hours away from London. Fix. Are you Phileas Fogg? Phileas. Yes, of course I am. You know me. Fix. Then I arrest you in the name of Her Majesty the Queen. Phileas. Arrest me. For what? Fix. You're the gentleman thief. Phileas. I'm not. You're making a mistake. Fix didn't know that the real gentleman thief was already in prison by the time they went back to England. It was all a huge mistake. Phileas, Passepartout, and Aouda ran to the station immediately, but they missed the train. Phileas paid for a special train, but it was 8:50 p.m. when they arrived in London. He was 5 minutes late. He lost the bet. Phileas visited Aouda the next morning. Phileas, I brought you here, but now I lost everything. Will you forgive me? Aouda, you lost time because of me. You're the one who must forgive me. Phileas, I don't care. I love you, Aouda. Aouda, I love you too. Let's get married. A few minutes after Passepartout went out to prepare the paperwork for the wedding, he came back running. Passepartout, Master, you have to come to the gentlemen's club immediately. You can still win the bet. Phileas, what? What do you mean? Passepartout, because we went around the world from west to east, we gained a day. Today is Saturday, not Sunday. You still have 10 minutes. Andrew, he isn't coming. He wasn't on the China yesterday. I checked. Gothia, it's 8:40 p.m. and he still isn't here. Ralph, well, you know Phileas. I'm sure he'll make a last-minute entrance. At exactly 8:45 p.m., there was a noise outside and the door suddenly opened. Phileas, gentlemen, I'm here. I have been around the world in 80 days and I have my passport to prove it.